From working 72-hour weeks in a shitty apartment to turning my life around, my grandfather's words saved me from giving up. I was in a really dark place a few years ago. I was living in a small apartment with my wife and 2 kids. I had a job that barely paid enough to keep the lights on, and I was working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. I was constantly stressed and exhausted, and I felt like I was failing my family. One day, I came home from work to find my wife crying. She told me that our landlord had raised the rent, and we couldn't afford to stay in our apartment anymore. I was devastated. I felt like I had let my family down, and I didn't know how we were going to make it. I was on the verge of giving up when I remembered something my grandfather had told me when I was a kid. He said, "When life knocks you down, you have to get back up and keep fighting." I decided that I wasn't going to let this situation defeat me. I started looking for a better job, and I eventually found one that paid more and had better hours. I also started going to therapy, even though I couldn't afford it. I found a therapist who was willing to work with me on a sliding scale, and it made a huge difference. It took time, but things eventually got better. We were able to find a new place to live, and I was able to spend more time with my family. I still struggle with my mental health sometimes, but I know that I can get through anything as long as I keep fighting.